It's a new year and another opportunity to become better. With this new year, I've made 6 resolutions to make myself a less stressed, more joyful, and all-around better teacher. It's so easy to focus on the negative stuff that happens in our classroom. And more often than not for me, this is the primary reason I've had to call parents home to tell them about the bad things students have done. But I've found that calls home with good news are so much more powerful and effective. Hi, I just wanted to tell you that your kid stayed after when everybody else left the room to help me clean up. And I really appreciated that. Hello, I just wanted to let you know that your son finally nailed this math problem that he's been struggling with. Hi there, I just had to tell you that your daughter raised her hand for the very first time today to answer a problem, and I am really proud of her. Parents always want to hear good news about their kid, and almost always that news makes its way to the student, which eventually will make its way back into your classroom. Teaching can feel like I'm working on an island. I mean, I can go days without seeing any other teacher in the school, even though my classroom is right next to theirs. This year, I really want to focus more on connecting with my colleagues, whether that's collaborating on projects, sharing data and strategies to help students. Maybe it's requesting a sub so I can go and see them actually teach in their classroom and maybe learn a little bit about what they do and how I can do that in my own room. I don't get paid enough. My principal's a jerk. I hate testing. I really do. These students are driving me crazy. I find myself complaining too much. And even though sometimes my complaints are valid, it does nothing to bring me joy. In fact, it just brings me down and makes me not like my job as much. So I want to focus more on the positive aspects of teaching and my job, and focus less on the things that are out of my control, and maybe work more on the things that I can fix, like attacking this pile of papers that I didn't grade over the holiday break. I will not complain, I will not complain, I will not complain. Speaking of grading, I need to work more on not letting that pile of essays and tests and homework from getting so huge. Getting bogged down with grading stresses me out, and I need to do a better job of disciplining myself to get it done in a manageable amount of time. So much about loving teaching, as well as life, is about having a positive growth mindset. Instead of viewing failure as defeat, looking at it as a way to grow and get better at what I'm doing. When all of my students take a test, which inevitably happens, instead of beating myself up over it, trying to figure out what went wrong, what did I not do well in teaching, what did my students miss, what can I do to make sure they do better next time? When that student who is making so much progress takes a huge step back, not giving up, but instead meeting them where they're at and trying to help them figure out what can we do to get back on track. Or this is a really big one for me. When I've had a bad day in the classroom, when my teaching sucked and the kids hated being there, not feeling like I'd be better off raking beaches at tropical resorts, instead reminding myself that I am human and I am not perfect and it is okay. I want to have more fun this year. I want to play my music a little bit louder when kids walk in the door. I want to plan more epic projects. Every now and then I want to surprise my students with donuts. If you're having fun, then your students are too. And that's why I want to make this year more fun than the last. And in the process, love my job more, which will probably make me better at it. Have a great year.